Hey guys, so I recorded a snapshot. I put together a basic little demo of a couple of the various footprints out there. So here's ours, features indicators, and then this is TDUs, TradeDevils. This is volumetric bars from Ninja. And then this is MZPack, and we're also going to be showing in a minute here, we're going to be showing the footprint from TradingView, right? And just wanted to highlight a couple things as far as the speed and performance, because I feel like it plagues a lot of these footprints. And so we're just going to highlight the frame rate and the importance of the speed, because to me, it appears that using a footprint, well, how do I say this? You're not getting all the information, right? You are not getting the information about where price is actually rendering at the exact moment, okay, because of a processing error or some kind of rendering problem. So let's just look at this example. This is the RTH session. I'm recording this today, June 8th. Just recorded this. So right here, oh yeah, I'm bringing over the TradingView footprint. And mind you, I don't know all the bells and whistles on how to configure their footprint, so I'm just playing around with some of the tick aggregation, just so you can actually read the bid and ask on MNQ, because as many of you know, the NASDAQ is very active with a lot of price levels per bar. So, and visually, let's just look at what could be, how it could look, right? So this is using raw data from the broker, whereas this is from TradingView, right? And just look at the bar movement, the actual market price, right, at that exact moment versus what TradingView renders, right? And mind you, it definitely keeps up, but where is price rendering at that exact moment? Look at the bid and the ask changing with the raw stream versus what TradingView is giving you, right? And look at the updates, right? The bar is actively moving based on actually the price that was resolved at the exact precise time, right? Based on the bid and the ask. And the refresh rate, right? Look at that. And this is a machine running on a pretty fast MacBook Pro, by the way, that I have this demo running on. Okay. With over 32 gigabytes of RAM. So it's a pretty beefy machine. But still, right? This is a web browser. This is the Chrome browser. And the rendering cannot keep up with the actual price. It's the same with TradeDevils footprint right here, right? It eventually catches up, but there's like this, it must be something like a 200 millisecond delay or around there on actually what the actual price is, right? And so people who use Ninja a lot complain about this, because price is, they put their order out and that's not the price that gets filled, right? And they see the update later. And we'll see a short happen in a second here. But yeah. Right. And to me, when I look at this, it looks like there's, I want to say, a major refresh problem just in TradingView's order flow. Like, look at these updates. Look at the delta changes. The delta is constantly changing here, whereas the delta batches, the batches are just, it just doesn't make sense, right? It's being delayed dramatically. Now, the way this is working, by the way, is that the bid and the ask are aggregated, but this is a single one tick profile rendered with imbalances. Or I think it's stacked imbalances only. So you're only going to see stacked imbalances in the profile. It's one tick aggregation, whereas this is aggregated text, so it's made to be readable. Because look at some of these. Look at this rendering from MZPack, right? You have to aggregate ticks on MNQ just to even see what's going on. So that's one of the things that we wanted to do, was just make the profile render at one tick, but have it aggregated. TradeDevils, I think, is at like 3 ticks aggregated, so slightly different. Now, look at this short, right? Let's see if this, I think this is the area, yeah. So you can see the ask being overwhelmed, right? So I'll pause it for a second here. So look at the profile updates in real time, right? You don't get that. You just don't get that on any of these other footprints because of the intentional rendering delay. You just cannot see it. Because these could be doing something like this, right? But they're intentionally held due to, I don't know if it's a rendering problem or back-end problems. TradingView especially, right, suffers from the exact same problem. This is NT, right? So they're just doing the default rendering. But TradingView is not operating on the, on this at the speed and the rendering that it should be, right? To properly see the order flow, it should be rendering way faster. And so they have an intentional render cap. And NT suffers from this too, but these are not developed by us, right? This is MZPack. It's developed by someone else. Same with TradeDevils. The default one, it's very simple options, right? But even look at this move up, right? Just it's like intentionally delayed. Because if you're making decisions, like let's say that you were taking let's say you decided to take it long here as soon as it crosses these imbalances, right? Let's say it takes out these imbalances, right? And they start another move up. Well, that there's a lot of buyers here that would buy at all these different lows, right? And then you would know that sellers. So if you were to take an order, right? And are you going to sell at the market price when you know that there's a huge potential of aggressive people buying at market, whatever price is presented, right? So if you were to take a long, why would you sell? Why would you sell at market when you know that there's a ton of people putting their orders out for higher prices, right? You actually get a better fill. All right, so here we go. Aggressive push to take out these bearish stacked imbalances. Anyway, that's all I wanted to show you. It's just an interesting observation here when it comes to order flow. These footprints have been, they all suffer from the same render cap. Whereas they could be operating at native speed, but they've intentionally delayed their rendering to not show how it could show. Right. Live price moves, especially on the NASDAQ, a lot differently than what these other footprints are showing. Anyway, more information on this to come later. But thanks for checking this out. Give us a comment, like, subscribe, any feedback. Try it out. We offer it for 5 days. And yeah. All right. Have a good one, guys.